You're watching City Guide, and I'm your host, Barbara Sam. We were invited to a special sneak peek screening of Ride Along 2 here in New York City, in the heart of Times Square at Regal Cinemas. Starring Kevin Hart and Ice Cube, Ride Along 2 premieres this Friday, January 15th of 2016, in theaters nationwide. Be sure and check it out. This film is rated PG-13. For more around town with City Guide, I'm your host, Barbara Sam. I'm here with my dear friend, international model and mother, Diandria. You're a very big advocate for albinism. Why is it important for you to support Stand for Education and be a part of this amazing event tonight?
Well, let me just say that I'm so happy to be here. There are so many talented designers, and I love the fact that they're using sustainable fabrics. I think that's very important. And also, I think it's important to support Stand for Education and CODA because education is key. You know, just as simple as that. No one should be denied the opportunity to have education, and I think it's amazing that they're giving that to women and children. It's amazing.
I'm with designer Aldolfo Sanchez. What inspired this beautiful collection?
Thank you. It was all inspired by a dream, so I called it Sueños in Spanish, which stands for dreams. And it was all, the music that's playing is actually a relaxation meditation video on YouTube that I was listening to try to have a better night's rest. And when I was listening to it, I actually imagined the whole collection. And I saw the colors and I saw the fabrics and I envisioned, so instead of sleeping, I was up the whole night, you know, creating the whole idea of the collection. And so that's kind of where it stemmed from.
Times have changed. Now there's social media to where you can connect with people in one country to the next. So how does Chibase and how do you want to use social media to connect as well? Connect the world, connect music, connect Africa, connect Europe, connect the United States and all these other countries.
Okay, but you know, I really have to be very, very honest with you. You know, I have to be very honest with you. I'm not very fast when it comes to social media, so I'm still learning about social media, you know. But I know that you can use social media to reach. Talking about the useful message you're trying to send to the world, I know you can use social media for that. And I'm hoping that Chibase will use that social media to show the world not only are we trying to do music, and not only are we trying to discover these artists that we're trying to discover, but we're trying to use their voices. We're trying to use their voices, their songs, you know,
To spread the message.
to spread the message. Hope. Okay, and then circling back to help or to bless other people.
Sponsored by Uber and Edible Magazine during the New York African Restaurant Week. And I'm here with Chef Erick. Thank you so much for joining us. So talk about some of the influences and your culture from Ghana and then also your cuisine as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm first generation Ghanaian American, so I just pretty much grew up on the food of West Africa, very familiar with it obviously. And I went to school at Johnson & Wales University. I studied classical stuff and I just kind of mixed what I normally grew up eating with a lot of my classical training and a lot of my education abroad and things like that. So it's been good so far, just kind of mixing that two worlds together. Yeah.
So when you're not in the kitchen cooking or when you're not preparing lovely dishes for your clients, where are some of the places that you like to go to and have authentic African cuisine?
Wow, my mom's house.
Okay, besides mommy's house.
There's a couple of places in New York City on Harlem. Harlem has a really, a lot of great African restaurants, just sporadic though. There are like a lot of hidden gems out there in Harlem. Anywhere from London as well. I lived in London for some time as well. There's a lot of good eats in there. So it's really just anywhere that just, you know, Papaye in the Bronx is really just any place that has like that authentic feel, you know, that's where I want to go. That's where I want to eat. That's where I feel home at. You know.
Okay. And one more thing, like living in New York, it's a lot. It's a lot of food, it's a lot of cuisine, it's a lot of art.
Sure.
But when you're looking to relax and just escape from the city, what's your favorite travel destination?
Wow, Ghana.
Home.
Home, exactly. No, I lived out in London for about a year and change, so that's home for me as well. I love London. But if I was here in domestic, going to Maryland, going to DC, kind of getting away, seeing family out there, Atlanta, Georgia, seeing family out there as well. So it's just different places I can go to. But for the most part, if I want to feel home, I'm going to Ghana for sure. Yeah.
To see more of what's going on during this amazing event during New York African Restaurant Week, stay tuned to City Guide. I'm your host, Barbara Sam, with Chef Erick.
Embracing African cuisine. There's nothing out there like it, and for somebody actually to recognize that I'm owning the cuisine and cooking it and being in Harlem means a lot to me.
As executive chef at the CISO in Harlem, what inspired the Pan-African Asian cuisine and menu?
The inspiration came from one of the owners, Alexander Smalls, and he took me on this trip to Ghana and Accra to cook, and I wound up staying there cooking for about 45 days, and it was amazing. And I was eating food on the street, being with the dishwashers, taking over a kitchen, being on boats, going to guinea hen farms. So to really see it and then kind of connect my past of growing up in the diaspora really made sense of cooking the food.
Now, where exactly are you from?
I'm from here. I'm from the United States, but my grandmother, one of my grandmothers from Puerto Rico, my grandfather's from Barbados, and my dad is just Black American. So I have like the panhandle of it.
We're all African.
We are. And who would ever say that Africa, West Africa influenced the whole world? And I feel like that's my cause in being in the culinary game, is letting people know that West Africa has influenced the world through food, not only music and clothing, but also through food.
So that's why this is such a great event, to just bring so many people together to celebrate Africa through amazing cuisine. I know you created the menu at the CISO in Harlem, but what's your favorite thing what's your favorite dish? What's your favorite thing on the menu?
I would say I have 3 favorite dishes. I would say oxtail dumplings with green apple curry. I would say the peri peri prawns, because when I was in Ghana and Accra, the first prawns I had made me like sweat. The peri peri was crazy. So I do like a mellower version of it. And then our udon noodles with braised goat and West African peanut sauce. So I would say those are my 3 favorite dishes, but I do love the whole menu.
AI is a great organization. I know about the institution almost since I was in college, like 30-some years ago. So I've seen their work. I've seen the continuing of their work, what they are doing to empower the African continent and the youth and the future. So in my capacity as an African who have devoted his life and social improvement, I'm so very happy to be here.